First up is Alpharel, Dreaming Acolyte. This is a pretty underwhelming Dimir commander that doesn't do anything interesting enough to really want to build. The Death Touch could be useful if you turn him into a pinger, but I definitely think he's more of a 99 card. Next is Alpharel, Stone Chosen. Now this version is a bit more appealing, as he can one-shot somebody if you have a Wound Reflection effect in play, but good luck making it to your next turn. I think this commander could be fun if built right, but I'm not too high on it. Next up is Dawnspire, Sunstar Dreadnought. So because of the new rule in Edges of Eternity, spacecrafts and vehicles that have power and toughness at the bottom can be your commander if they're legendary. So this is a new colorless commander that goes really hard with like Stuffy Doll or if you give it lifelink. I also like the idea of using it as a way to generate a metric ton of charge counters from the command zone. I could see this commander being fun based on how it's built, especially since it's colorless and you can get it online pretty quick. I'm going to put this in could be fun. Next is Diadrine Synthesis Amalgam. So I love that Diadrine kind of gets around commander tax. You still need to pay for them, but you get more counters as its costs go up since you don't have to pay X, just the amount of mana spent to cast it. It's a fine option for a +1/+1 counter deck, or you could try to build like a green-white artifact deck. I like that it draws cards and makes robot. This is easily going to go into the fun tier for me. Next up is Halia Ascendant Cadet. It seems like a bog standard support piece for a +1/+1 counters deck. I could see it being fun as a Pauper EDH commander, but this video is for regular EDH, and it isn't as appealing, so I'm going to put it in fun in the 99. Next is Halia Guided by Light. Now this Halia seems way more fun than the green-white version. I'm a massive fan of life gain decks since making numbers go up makes me feel so much joy, and it has an easy to build around effect and provides card draw. It's not quite wanna build, but it's definitely in the top end of fun for me. Next up is Hearthhall the World Seed. Now I wish Wizards would stop making Jund-based land precons, or land-based Jund precons. Both of its effects are powerful obviously, but it could have been so much more. I do like this more than the other Jund commander, which we'll get to shortly, but I'm gonna put this in the could be fun tier. I have a feeling there'll be some build that I look at and I'm like, oh, it's actually interesting, instead of just the usual like land sacrifice deck. But I do love Get Rug Monster, so, you know, maybe I'll end up building this anyways. Next up is Infinite Guideline Station. This is the obligatory Wooburg commander that cares about the new set mechanic. Now, I was originally thinking of building a Blink deck. However, I love the idea of building like a Jumpstart deck, and not the mechanic. So the idea is you would shuffle in two halves together to have a complete deck. So instead of shuffling in two 20-card decks, you could do like two 49-card decks, with the last card being Command Tower, so you're at 99. I haven't fleshed the idea out completely yet, but it's something I'm definitely interested in doing and will probably make a video on. This is easily going into wanna build for me. Next up is Inspirit Flagship Vessel. So of the two new Jeskai commanders, this one is the least interesting. It is powerful, but it doesn't quite get the brewing juices flowing for me. Now, you are in red, so you could do something with infinite combats to trigger its first ability more than once. I guess it doesn't even have to be infinite combats, it could just be extra combats. I'm going to put this in the could be fun tier. It's at the top end though. Maybe it's fun, but I'm going to definitely slot this in could be. Next up is Kilo Apogee Mind. Kilo is a prime example of less is more. It is a simple ability that you can build tons of decks around. I already pre-ordered my precon at my LGS, and I'm so excited to gem this deck. I love that it doesn't have a ton of effects, and that it's easy to trigger, and you can look at it and be like, I know what I want to do with this. This is easily in wanna build for me. Right under Starship, though. Or Guideline Station, not Starship. Next up is Menomon the Right Hand. I'm probably saying that wrong. This reminds me of like a fixed Urza Lord High Artificer. Now, notably, this creature isn't the one tapping the artifacts for mana, and it can only be used to cast spells from your hand. So it will be easy to build a combo deck with them, or you could just build like a Foretell and Adventure deck instead. I'm going to put this in could be fun, because I feel like the normal builds of it will probably be a little too combo-centric, but interesting builds of it are going to be really cool. Next up is Menomon Author's Exile. So it's a less narrow Captain Storm Cosmium Raider from last Ixalan set. Now, my first thought was trying to build Izzet Jellyfish, but there are only 20 other legal jellyfish in Izzet. They're actually all mono blue. This is the only red jellyfish I could find. And if you're not on a budget, this does go really hard with Agatha's... If you're not on a budget, this does go hard with Agatha's Soul Cauldron, Walking Ballista, and Vivi. This commander could be fun if built right. I have a feeling it'll be more combo-centric, and I think it'll actually be really fun in Pauper EDH. Next up is Ragast Depth Gastron. So we finally have a Boros Lobster commander, and he looks fun. I'm excited to build this with random stuff that I have laying around. I think it might be a little slow. It's okay, I love like the flavor of this, pun definitely not intended. And it's just a really like interesting card. I'm gonna put this in the want to build tier. Next up is Sammy Ship's Engineer. It's a low-powered token commander that works great with vehicles, spacecrafts, and mounts. This could be fun to clone with Helm of the Host style effects, but like most uncommon commanders in this set, this is more fun in the 99 of the deck. Next is Sammy Wildcat Captain. Now this Sammy seems way more fun. Giving all of your spells affinity for artifacts is a wild line of text. Just be prepared to win once this hits the board, because I don't think anyone will let you live long or untap with this thing. This is going to go into the could be fun tier since it's very explosive, and it might not be super fun to play against more than 1 or 2 times at its night. Next is Sir Vodum's Sunstar Exemplar. Now this makes a great blink and sacrifice commander. It's cheap and you can gain a ton of life. And if you end up blinking it, you just get to blow up non-land permanents. I'm not going to run out and build this, but it does seem fun, so I'm going to put it in the fun tier. Next up is Sir Vodum the Lucent, another uncommon legend that's meant for limited. I could see this in the Knights deck, but otherwise nothing thrilling here. Fun to the 99 it goes. Next up is Sazriel Genesis Shepherd. Now I wish Sazriel was a Jund insect commander instead of just being another generic sack commander. I'm sure people will love this, but I'm just tired of the same old Jund. That being said, I could see this being fun, and I'm tempted to try to build Jund insects with this commander. Iridescent Hornbeetle and Mazarek Crawl Death Priest can go insanely hard in an insect Jund deck. I'm going to put this in, I think the top end of could be fun. I'm tempted to put it at the tail end of fun, but I think the top end of could be fun is where I want this. Next up is Tanuk Memorial Ensign. So Tanuk feels like a Gruul Tatiova that isn't nearly as busted. It has a win condition built in, and it wants you to try to get lands into play on other players' turns. So there are plenty of instants and creatures that will let you trigger multiple landfalls on other people's turns. Honestly, I think this is a fun commander. Next up is Tanuk Steadfast Second. Now this is a mono-red commander that I want to build. I can't wait to warp in like Mere Battlesphere or Maelstrom Colossus. Since it's a cast, we do get Cascade. And notably, if you give your spells flash with Vidalcan Orrery, you can warp on your opponent's end step right before your turn. I think Conjurer's Closet and Sundial of the Infinite were going to be required in this deck so you can keep stuff around. You could also do an equipment deck with this, where you're warping in equipment that has 4 Mirrodin or Job Select or any of the like token generating equipment. That's something that could be fun. Anyways, this is going right into wanna build for me. Next up is the Sarima. If you want to build mono white legends, this will be good, but I'm more excited to jam this in my Joda the Unifier all legendary permanents deck, including the lands. This is going to be fun in the 99 for sure. I'm going to put it in the top end though. And then finally, we'll have Zoo Lift Osteo Harmonist. Now this is an interesting mono black sack commander. There are 2 routes you can go. You can return your creatures as a vanilla threat, and then use Feign Death style effects to bring them back as a normal creature. Or you could build skeletons, which also seems fun. This is probably the sleeper that I'll want to build, so this is going to go in the tail end of want to build for me.